towards the Terran player, but you're about as far away as possible, so the chance that you get rushed early on is pretty minimal.
Yeah, and when you get into the later stages of the game where the Terran player is trying to push you actually have a lot more room to counterattack and do your recalls and stuff. It takes them a lot longer to get to you. So, in general, you're probably going to see a little bit of a more, well, longer game, obviously. We are in cross positions. But another thing is there's a lot of openings to counterattack, a lot of openings to drops, a lot of openings for recalls, so we'll probably see that stuff utilized a lot. Interesting CC positioning.
Yeah, I mean, it's still being built. Terran buildings can, in fact, lift off. And
I guess it's a part of the wall here, which is interesting.
I mean, it should be pointed out that this CC is, wait, what do you mean CC?
Oh, is that not a CC?
That's a barracks.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
See, in like StarCraft 2, that looked like a CC.
So there's a build called 14CC, which is about the fastest that you can get a command center down, and that is almost like an eco
I figured out why the
cheese.
barracks or the CC isn't it's put in a weird position.
Close enough. Turns out when you build a building, it kind of looks the same from the start, but
yeah,
it is a barracks. If you were building a crowd control there, if you were building a command center, that would be safe considering that they are spawning cross positions.
But that's not something they know.
Oh,
so,
yeah. And there are just so many ways to die as a Terran player. The Ghost of Artosis is saying, yeah, there are a lot of ways to die to Protoss as Terran. But there really are. And for Protoss, they do have a few more sneaky options. For Terran, I'm trying to think what their early aggressive options are. You can drop...
He's scouting in both wrong positions, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that is a true tragedy right there.
That feels bad.
That is the very saddest, worst probe in the world there. For Terran, you can go for like vulture drops that can take your opponent by surprise. If you really want to be scary, you can go for like a two-fact push. But cross positions really stop that from being incredibly effective. And probably going to get scouted, too, eventually when that probe finally finds.
See, a pretty fast robo.
Yeah. So for Movie, this might say that he wants to try to, I don't want to say end it early, but go for some quick Reaver tech.
At least some harass, some pressure is going to be going on last, certainly. You never go robo like this and you're just like, okay, I'm going to use this as an expansion. I'm just going to play defensive with it.
Yeah, he needs those obs to counter the cloaked ghosts, man.
I'm pretty sure that's how this game works.
Yeah, definitely not. But it is going to be cool to see what Movie's shuttle Reaver control looks like. And it does look like that's the direction it's going. You can also get that if you want to ferry a bunch of gateway units into the back of your opponent's base, but that shouldn't be what we see here. That would be a little bit weird.
I mean, gateway units are not nearly as strong as Reavers, certainly, in shuttles.
Yes, for sure. So for last, what he expects is the Dragoons come to his front door and they try to harass the bunker. It's what you see in a lot of TVP.
Yeah, we saw it in the last game too.
Exactly. But he doesn't know what is coming his way, and it is going to be that shuttle Reaver tech.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how he's going to utilize this. I would like him to keep the pressure on the bunker, but obviously when he's investing in this tech, he's going to have a lot less Dragoons in the last game, so he won't be able to do the same style of harass that he had the first game. But yeah.
So this map, or the map looks different. The build is going to look similarly different. If this is an expo,
I was going to say, hello.
That is a little bit ahead of schedule, and B, it's without knowledge of what the Protoss player is doing. He hasn't been able to see if there's a nexus.
Yeah, this Dragoon positioning alone is kind of suspicious, because it's going to deny the scout from the natural expansion here.
Yeah, and so that's why Movie is moving this, or not Movie, Last is moving this SCV out. He wants to see if his opponent has a natural expansion. And when he sees that Movie does not, a little alarm bells.
He might not be able to scout it is the thing.
I mean, that's why this Dragoon is out here. He's there to body block and stop this SCV. But
yeah, missed the body block. It might get it's probably going to get the scout here.
Yeah, and this will be a little awkward. It glitched
almost,
a second.
Yeah, it almost bugged himself out there.
Oh, the probe there for the body block.
That's so suspicious, though. You see no natural expansion. You see the probe on the ramp. You could think this is DTs, though, or something like that, too.
But he's prepared for DTs.
Yeah, he's totally prepared for DTs.
I think that's his expectation, right?
Yeah.
Turrets are still good if you can build them on the periphery of your base to stop the shuttle from coming in. But realistically, one or maybe even two turrets will not stop Shuttle Reaver.
Yeah, exactly. Turrets are not going to help against this. So that's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, and these are DT position turrets to stop it from running in.
Okay, there is a turret there for the shuttle positioning. That clearly is a shuttle turret in the bottom of last natural expansion.
Yeah, but he's going to pressure the front. And so he's going to dive here. Oh, the SCV is actually not repairing quite as quickly. The Reaver Scarab comes out. It blows up the bunker. The Marines are pushed back.
The Marines are going to die here. Oh, my God.
Kills 3 of the Marines. and Movie, an immaculate bust through the front door. Busts the natural and now looks to take that high ground. The Reaver, it's dropped on top.
Oh.
The Scarab goes off and connects with the tank. Will he get another one off? It does hit
He's killing
the
SCVs, yeah.
They are doing a good job tanking at the front, but the tank in the back are the biggest hope for Last to hang on.
One tank sieges up here.
Oh, he gets one hit off onto the Dragoons. Can they find
Dragoon
another
on
one?
top of
They're
it.
walking on top of the siege tank.
One tank dies.
The second tank is actually still alive. The Dragoon does go down. The tank will siege.
Wow.
But Movie, what a bust in the
Oh,
natural.
he's sieged up right now.
Oh, he's going to try.
Wow.
Oh, he hasn't sieged the tank.
Look at the
Tank
HP.
will
5.
HP.
Oh! What?
He gets the Reaver again, and what a blow to
That's a
Movie's
huge
aggression.
mistake. That would have been so annoying if he would have kept that alive. He would have had full reign over the base. Oh, man. Little bit greedy trying to get that tank.
Yeah, right. And the ideal position there for Movie to be in is to have another unit like a Zealot to draw the attention or even a tank fire. And that's why you saw Last not siege that tank, because then you just drop right on top of it, kill it, pick up, and leave.
Right.
But yeah, that control just easily, pixels of health, could have changed the way that this game looks right now.
Yep. But still, the game goes on, and I do really like Movie's position after that. Even though he did lose his Reaver, this is still an okay game, especially with a quick third base.
You have to think about inevitability in macro as well. Even though that was a sick bust through the front door, A, Movie does not have a lot more units. B, the units Movie does have can't break the front door now because there are siege tanks in the way. And C, the natural is still working for Last, and Movie, he's just now getting that economic or that base up.
Yeah, I mean the build wasn't actually that committed by Movie either. Like it was only 3 Dragoons and a Reaver. I mean it was not completely all in. He got a natural behind it.
Yeah.
He might have actually won the game if that was complete all in.
Oh right. I mean if he kills that tank and can maybe kill the next one, crazy damage can be done. But
okay, these 3 tanks are being a little bit sneaky here.
Yeah, and I think they're positioning lower to.
I think he's trying to do a push on the third base here.
Yeah, I think he's. You're absolutely right. He could actually just push across the map because he knows.
And he has no idea
that Dragoons by themselves are bad against siege tanks when they have vultures to protect them.
No.
So
Movie has no idea. Okay, he sees it now. He knows it's coming now. How's he going to react to this? 4 tanks on the high ground, or is it 3?
Oh, okay. He instantly pulls the probes. He knows that this is going to be a very scary push. This is exactly the correct reaction from Last. You take out the Protoss's early army
He's going to get this
investment,
base, I think.
and absolutely he will take down this third base.
Yeah, this is a beautiful play. Just kind of mispositioned, honestly. He wasn't ready for this attack.
Now, Movie could go for a flank here. Oh, that mine hit, taking out the shields on those Dragoons.
He might.
He's going to try to drop on these tanks from behind and see if he can take them out that way. But oh no! 2 vultures get into the main, and this is terrible for Movie. He could lose every single probe there.
He certainly could. I didn't see if that was dropped or not.
Okay, there are a few Dragoons coming back for that, but those are Dragoons that will not be able to assault this position on the high ground. And he's trying to tank drop, and does take out one of the tanks. This is good control, but there's only so long the Reaver can do that.
This is getting so close. He can actually pick up another Dragoon and drop it on that tank, and the splash will kill it.
Yeah. 13 health left on one of those tanks, and that is...
I like how you unsiege it immediately. He knows the splash would instantly kill the siege tank. That's really smart. Might still die anyways. Yeah, it will. But
the low health tank sieged because he recognizes realistically it's not going to matter much if he unsieges it. Scarab does not connect fully. I think it didn't. It does take 2 shots to kill a tank, so it's not going to kill it regardless.
I mean, in Last position now, he's got a third. He's landing it, and Movie has to restart his third from... scratch, essentially.
Yeah, the benefit of being able to build that command center off position. So floating it back over, our observer pointing out that Movie does still have an aggressive infrastructure, so we absolutely could go for a counter push. But, that's a lot of Dragoons and not too many Zealots, so I'm not sure what's going to tank for Movie's push.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a really costly attack. This isn't an insane amount of siege tanks, but even if you trade even with this army, you're probably not in a good spot, especially when you're down a base like this. If you can't take him off of or kill anything... We'll have to see how this engagement goes. This engagement has to be really well played out.
So we'll see how Movie decides to take this. The idea is to harass the third or take it
here
down.
Comes the drop.
He's also going to drop the Dragoons and the Zealots, or actually the Reaver right on top of these tanks. Oh no, but everything gets taken out. This is horrible for Movie. A disaster on the push, but he still might take out this third base.
If he can get this third base, it's like, okay, that's a lot of SCVs. He's not going to take this third base out.
Yeah, also that Vulture actually tanked a lot of Dragoon shots that maybe could have been on that.
I didn't see what happened with that Scarab. I felt like that Scarab was going to do so much. There was a bunch of SCVs being pulled. It went off on a tank, it looked like, but it didn't do as much as I thought it would.
Yeah, instead all the Protoss stuff died. when it really could have been the other way around.
Yeah, so obviously amazing hold by Last. He's got to be feeling in a really good spot with his third up now.
Man, the number of times I've said amazing hold by Last is just a lot over the years because he is great at playing the defensive macro game. Now, sometimes he gets punished by players that are willing to either out-expand against him, like Movie was in game number 1, or players who want to play the micro game and
like this game. Honestly, he had the opportunity to win this game.
It was so close.
Yeah.
Good movement by Movie out on the map. Sees that vulture and will stop it from...
Yeah, looks like mostly just a scouting vulture to see if you're taking a third again or doing stuff. I mean, one vulture's not going to do too much.
Yeah, and it is just for scouting. So Last seeing that Movie is not going to take that 6 o'clock base, and some scans going down at other bases to see if they have been taken as well.
I like the cannons in each mineral line. We're getting to that point.
Yeah, that's exactly why we do see
what's
that.
in this?
He's going to try to Zealot Bomb.
There's actually no turret here.
There is a turret right up above that, but it's a little bit off position.
Yeah, okay, now it's in 2 turrets.
Movie's going to try for a big old bust, and there's only a couple of siege tanks there. Look
at these SCVs, by the way, body blocking.
That's actually MVP SCV.
Yeah, that was that was botched if I've ever seen it.
I think Movie might have thought that was the only way that he might be able to get back in the game. He throws away his entire army, and now I realistically think all Last has to do is unsiege and go.
This is when you were playing with the mind game. You're like, I'm going to throw my army away. He's going to counterattack me, and then I'm going to clean him up.
Yeah, except what are you going to clean him up with?
Well, some people don't think that far ahead.
Like you pull the mop handle out of the water, and there's no mop on the end. How are you going to clean up with that?
That's when you start scratching the floor with the end of the mop handle.
That's not going to clean it, my man. So for
He's sitting on 4th base right now.
Yeah, the counter right now. I mean, Movie has to find some way back in the game.
Yeah.
The 4th base, unfortunately, is not going to deal any damage to Last's gigantic Terran army. As it pushes across the map, I think Movie might be seeing the writing on the wall.
Yeah, he really doesn't have anything here. If he had the Arbiter tech or something, but he just doesn't have anything really going in his favor right now.
Okay, well, Marine had to take one for the team. But the rest of the armored units turns out being
another Marine.
A dude in
It's also taking one for the team.
Yeah, those are just the cannon fodder.
Okay. Oh, there is an Arbiter out, but it's a little bit too late in my opinion.
Yeah. The Arbiter damage will eventually kill everything there, but by that time, Movie will be very dead.
We're going back into the Arbiters aggressively now.
So the Arbiter is going to cloak the Zealots and the Dragoons and allow them to push back a little bit.
Yeah, I don't see how many scans they actually have. He's throwing up turrets frantically, so clearly he does not have that many scans.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a little bit...
If he had more ground units, he'd actually be in a really good spot.
So he built 3 turrets at a time. One of them will
Here comes the first wall.
Get up, and if he could have stopped all of those turrets, then yeah, wow, that's a really big weak spot to find for Last. He's going to try to bust out Movie and take out this hard contain, but the turrets are up, the Arbiter is kept at bay, and the gateway units on the ground evaporate. GG, Movie taps out. Wow, what a game. Last just...
Movie was looking so strong with that first push, too. I'm surprised the game turned out that way.
Last so good at defending. That 1 HP tank,